when looking at oils, either get a full synthetic if you have a car that really has over 100,000, or just a synthetic oil if you're under 100,000. So I go with a Valvoline full synthetic high mileage oil. Is a filter and a filter wrench. Just a cheap pint filter, something that won't fill up too fast when you're filling your oil up. And good roll of paper towels is always not a bad idea. Jack it up on the frame assembly, not the axle, on the frame assembly. And you just jack it up with this handle until you get the wheels about 1 inch off the ground. That gives you enough angle to drain your oil. Pop the hood. Hood releases usually on somewhere up and down the side. And then you also want to make sure your parking brake is set. Sometimes a parking brake on a car is over here. There'll be a handle, but on my truck it's a push pedal and release it there. So the next thing you'll need is a ratchet set, or you can get by with a basic adjustable wrench, but I like to use ratchets. So I know that my my pan drain plug is 15 millimeters, but you'll have to get with a wrench, take it, really crank on it. Okay, we got it loose. And when you get it loose, you can put this down and unscrew it by hand. And now this is where you want to be careful because oil will start to drip out. So this is where you need your pan. Keep your pan close. And as you take your plug off, move the pan farther away because the oil pressure just from the gravity will make it shoot out backwards. Okay, take off the cap. So now our oil is draining into our basin, and sit there, let it drain until it's dripping, and once it starts dripping, let it sit for a few minutes. This is the oil filter, and we'll be taking it off with the oil filter wrench. So just for ease of access, you want to make sure you have your new filter down here with you. And now that we see our oil is almost done dripping, we're going to move over, position the basin under the filter because there is still oil in this filter. So to get these off, you turn the wrench with the handle facing you, put it on, and you put some tension on it so it locks. And now that we see that this filter wrench is tight on there, you pull on it and it shouldn't be on there that tight. So now you see we are turning the filter. Just turning. Once you get it loose, you really can take it off by hand. So I'm going to take the filter wrench off. You see there's oil dripping down the sides here. I'm going to take this filter off here. This is where you get a little dirty usually, but we'll just let some of that oil drain off the filter quick. You see the oil is pretty little brown, so you can tell that it was time to change the oil. All right, so now we're putting this new Wix XP filter on. So the first thing you're going to want to do is it's called priming the seal. So you're going to want to take oil and put it around the seal with your finger. So take a little oil out of this basin here on your finger. You just put the oil around that seal so you get a good seal when it makes contact. Now we're going to stick this up on, and we're going to twist it on in a clockwise motion like you would any screw. There's a little twisty in there. Twist it on. Keep twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting. Hand might get a little tired. Twist until the seal makes contact. Now you'll take your oil wrench, stick it up on there again, get a good little lock on it, and now you can spin it. You want to have it where it's tight, but not so tight where it's impossible to maneuver or get off. So now we'll put the drain plug back in, Twist it as tight as you can by hand, and then tighten it down until it's tight, nice and snug, but not super. What you want to do, find the hood release, push your hood up. You're going to want to find two things. You're going to want to find your oil fill and your dipstick. So this is how you check your oil level. You never put oil in here. This is where you put your oil. 4, wipe the inside out with a paper towel. Now put it in the fill port for the oil right there. So now we'll take this oil here. Take the big one first, and we're finishing it off with that last quart. A little tap. Once it's all drained out, all your oil's in. Now you put that off to the side. You'll take your funnel out. And you'll put the plug back in. Twist it till it's tight. You're done with fill. So now you're going to want to check your oil level to make sure it is within the checkered bars. And the dipstick should be between that checkered part and that checkered part. So you can't really tell on camera, but our oil levels are right there.